All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, SHIPIT Nation YouTube station? Back, Halloween edition NHL breakdown for 7-game slate today on FanDuel and DraftKings. 4 days straight with these quick hits here. It's Happy Halloween, and no better time than to trick or treat for a nice little discount over to SHIPITNation.com. NBA15 is that promo code. Get yourself locked in, 15% off any membership plan, including our optimizer, $85 a month with everything to our site, every access, every sport, including our in-house optimizer, $85 a month. No better rate in the industry than that. The best Happy Halloween present, trick or treat, little candy, adult edition for you out there if you guys are not members yet. If not, just hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton here. And in the comment section, drop what you're looking at here tonight on this NHL slate. We got a loaded day of sports today with obviously NFL going on tonight, NBA and NHL. World Series wrapped up last night with the Dodgers there. Freddie Freeman, free money Freeman, just absolutely owning all of Yankees there. But hey, sports, tons of sports still going on over here, and we have you covered at the Nation. Let's jump in. Let's talk this NHL slate here. I'm going to throw up our matchup sheet on the screen here just to get a high-level overview of the slate. Take a look at this. A lot of heavy favorites here. Minus 200 for the Leafs. You got minus 190 for the Pens. Minus 200 for the Caps. Same thing, Hurricanes. Blackhawks, actually road favorites, obviously facing the Sharks down there. I actually like that game to go both ways there. I think that's a track meet late, but overall, pretty good spot here. Some of the best matchup spots on paper you can see here. I really like Carolina here at home against Boston. Expected goal numbers look pretty good. Carolina's been horrible at home on the power play. Look for that to kind of rebound here. I mean, Boston gives up a ton of chances. Kills off sub 80% there. On the flip side, Boston power play could be a pretty good spot here. As you can see, they draw a lot of penalties. Carolina gives up a lot and only kills off about 67% there. So not a bad target spot there. Obviously, some of the heavy favorites there. Edmonton looks like a complete mess, as you can see here, and now are going to be without McDavid for a couple weeks. Nashville also looks like a complete mess here, but battle of two messes here. Could turn out pretty decently for the Preds side. Edmonton's going to be probably a complete fade for me in the next coming weeks. They just look like a mess right now, but overall matchups look pretty good. Let's jump over. Let's talk the Stone. Let's bring the Stone up here on the screen. And first game on the slate here is a good one, right? Toronto and the Kraken here. Toronto, massive favorites coming off a great win this week to Winnipeg in Winnipeg, right? Winnipeg looks like, honestly, right now, the best team in the league for myself. I mean, they got the goaltending in Hellebuck to do it in the cup and make a good cup race. And then they're super deep. They score from all angles and they just press you, right? They just push you back into the zone. And that's your best defense, right? Is good offense there. So obviously Winnipeg looks like probably the best team in the league, in my opinion, so far. And Toronto kind of went into Winnipeg and punched them in the mouth with a 6-4 win there. They're riding high here. Now head back home to face the Kraken here. I like this spot a ton for Toronto. Kraken are a good team. Overall, pretty good defensively. Grubauer is an okay goalie in that there, but Toronto, I think, is going to be too much for the Kraken to handle here. Minus 200 favorite. I expect them to be the chalk here. Austin Matthews, great play. Matthew Knees, great play. Mitch Marner, that full stack there, fully correlates on the power play, which is awesome, great. And then you can add in Morgan Riley, who at 4.8K is kind of underpriced for his role there. So top line for Toronto, amazing plays there. If you're looking to still play Toronto here, but get a little different, drop it down to Tavares, who's $3,000 cheaper than Austin Matthews, still getting power play time. You can pair him with William Nylander and Pacioretty. Really like that stack there at virtually not much ownership at all when you're going to Toronto. So Toronto line 2 is pretty intriguing for me in tournaments here. I like that spot quite a bit. Chris Tanev has been amazing. And then Ekman Larsson's also been amazing. So for Toronto, you got some cheap defenders there, all in great spots. I like them a ton. And then on the Kraken side, Kraken coming off a massive slate-breaking performance last game. Their defenders are always in play. Montour had the game of his life last game, but I really like Jamie Olisiak always at 3,400. The dude just gets the job done. Heavily involved in a lot of the offense there, so I like him a ton at 3,400. He's a great play. Riker Evans is always great. Top line, top power play at 3.5K. He's a great option. Kraken's Chandler Stevenson remains to be way too underpriced. He's playing over 20 minutes a game at 3,300. One of the best value plays on the slate always, even in this matchup against Toronto here. But other than that and some value guys, my interest is really on the Toronto side here. I just think Toronto kind of suffocates Kraken a little bit here on home. They can dictate the matchups, and I just think Seattle's going to be more focused on trying to shut down Matthews in that. So that's kind of why I like that second line a little bit in tournaments there for Toronto. Jumping to the next game here on the slate, Blues and the Flyers. Not a great game in my terms for DFS perspectives. Really don't love this game a ton. Both these teams in terms of expected goals looking pretty good. They both limit shots against. They both have pretty good penalty kills, and they limit high danger chances. So for me, not a spot really that I want to target. Konechny, obviously you can always play him. I don't mind him at 6,500. Michkov is up to 5,700. He's a certified stud, but really that price has come up on him. For me, the Flyers, Travis Sanheim is a great option in the mid tier for a D-man. Rasmus Ristolainen at 2.8K, playing close to 20 minutes. I don't hate that either at basically stone minimum. But outside of that, really not a ton of interest in the Flyers side. Same thing on the Blues side. Jordan Kyrou, you can play him probably just about any given slate at 7,100. Still fairly priced there. Don't mind that. Colton Parayko in the mid-tier for a D-man. This dude plays all the minutes he can handle. He's heavily involved in scoring. Him or Justin Falk are good. Parayko's playing better right now, but Falk gets the power play time. So don't hate either one of those guys. But again, a game from DFS perspective that I'm a little bit underweight on in tournaments for sure. Not much ownership going to it at all, but still not a spot I'm looking to get to here. Jumping to the next game here, Pens at home. This is a clear-cut chalk spot here. Pens probably going to be the chalkiest stack of the slate for a good reason. I mean, they're facing the Ducks here at home. Pens have been abysmal to start the year. Just like the Ducks have. This could be a very sneaky spot here for Lucas Dostal again, who I called the other night. Absolutely broke the slate there. He's been great. And this could be another high leverage situation with Lucas Dostal in that. If you're not playing Lucas Dostal, going to the Pens are going to be chalky. Sid in a great spot. Malkin, Raquel. Rickard Raquel is going to be a cash game staple. Great play in tournaments or in GPPs at all. I mean, that's hence you're seeing the 30+% ownership here. 4.1K against the Ducks in this matchup on the top line, top power play, sitting next to Sid. Just hard to ignore. I mean, that's one of the best plays on the slate, hence the ownership there. Hard to ignore. If you're looking at tournaments, how to get different with the Pens, drop it to the Kevin Hayes line with Beauvillier and Puljujarvi. I think is an easy way to get unique there. Don't hate that, but it's really hard. If I'm going to the Pens, probably just going to get different, to be honest, with a secondary stack because I really want Sid. Obviously, I want Malkin, and then Raquel is way too underpriced. Chris Letang is a great stack option with those guys in from a defense perspective at 4,600. If you're looking for a pivot there, jump a two guy like Erik Karlsson or playing them together. You can definitely get that. And then Matt Grzelcyk at 2.9K, one of the best value plays on the slate from the defense position against these Ducks. So great plays overall. However, on the flip side, no ownership is going to go to the Ducks side here. Ducks can definitely score. Pittsburgh hasn't been crazy by any means. They are 31st in the league in expected goals against. So if you want to completely flip the script, which I don't hate, jumping over to the Ducks side, who can definitely get the job done. Leo Carlson's been great. Troy Terry's a stud. Fabry is a nice price point there. And then the Ryan Strome Vatrano line, I like that quite a bit. Trevor Zegras is a complete stud. He is on the third line, but don't hate it. Alex Killhorn. Overall, the Ducks are super cheap. Penguins, like I said, 31st in the league in expected goals against, north of almost 4 goals against on average in terms of expected goals. Bloomquist is allowing over 3.5 goals. So I actually kind of like the Ducks a little bit here in tournaments. Don't sleep on them. All the ownerships, like I said, are going to be on the Penguins side, and the Ducks can definitely get the job done. Leo Carlson probably be my favorite guy with Troy Terry there, and then Zellweger at 3.1K. Nice power play stack there. So really like that a ton. Penguins, looking at the power play, only kill off 71%. They do limit power play opportunities, sitting under 3 a game, but still, Ducks super cheap here, going to have no ownership, and could be a complete leverage situation. Like I said, Lucas Dosa at 7.1K is my favorite goalie on the slate in tournaments at the price and the projected ownership, right? Because it leverages all of this ownership off of the Penguins side here. So really good game in terms of DFS. Got to decide what you're going to do with the Penguins. Feels like to me every time the Penguins are massive favorites where they should crush at home. It's just usually not the case here. I guess we'll find out because I'll probably be on both sides. One lineup I'll probably play these Pens, to be honest, and the other lineup I will probably fade. However, looking at last year, the Pens did lose 4-3 once, and then the other game they won 2-0. So these games have kind of gone under the total last year. So we'll see how it goes this year. Jumping to the next game here, it's the Caps. It's the Canadiens. Caps coming off a nice performance on Tuesday, and now head home to face Montreal here. Caps heavy favorites, and I expect increased ownership on Dylan Strome, Ovechkin coming off that big day, right? Last game. I still think they're great plays. When I'm stacking them up, I'm probably going to go with Dylan Strome, Ovechkin, John Carlson, and then add one of Tom Wilson or Pierre-Luc Dubois just to get that full power play stack there. Probably really don't want to – I really don't want to stack Protas here. Probably leave him off my stack. I will say line 2 with Pierre-Luc Dubois. Connor McMichael, who's playing amazing right now, and Tom Wilson is a pretty solid stack at much less ownership than what the top line is going to be. They're in great spot here. Montebault has kind of regressed drastically here. Got absolutely piss pounded the other night in that against Seattle. I could see more of the same here for the Caps at home. Caps are definitely been surprising, 6-2 to start the year. They're looking great, so really don't mind them too much here. On the Canadian side, for me, it's just Cole Caulfield. Outside of that, Cole Caulfield and Nick Suzuki. Suzuki's done good last year against this Cap squad. Cole Caulfield, same thing. You can play him any slate. He never goes over 7,500. Always a threat to score every single time he's on the ice. Really don't mind him. But outside of that, it's the Caps or pass for me in this game. Logan Thompson's a solid goalie to spend up on, but pretty much today I'm looking to save money in terms of goalies. Jump on the next spot here. I really like this spot a ton for Carolina here. I think Boston's outmatched here. Korpisalo is going to be in net. I like to attack him. And give me Sebastian Aho, give me Svechnikov, give me Roslovic here. You can even leave Roslovic off and add one in Natchez or Seth Jarvis to get that power play correlation there. Brent Burns is back at 3.8K. He's slowly putting together a nice couple games in a row here, and he's going to be much lower owned, I think, than Shane Gostisbehere here because Shane does get the top power play work, but Burns still skates with that top line, still gets power play time as well, and he's 3.8K, so I like that quite a bit there. Love the Hurricanes here in the spot. Boston been very leaky on the road. They're 29th in the NHL in terms of expected goals numbers. Their penalty kill is sub 80%. They give up the most penalties per game on average on the road in the NHL here. So really like this Carolina 1 power play with Fetch, Aho, Natchez, Seth Jarvis, and Gostisbehere there. Wouldn't mind pivoting to Brent Burns either. On the Boston side, really no interest in any of these Boston guys. Pastrnak as a spend up is a fine play there. Looking at Carolina, you target Carolina through the power play. So if I were to go to Boston to get off that Carolina ownership on the other side of the game, going to Boston power play with Lindholm, Pastra, Marchand, Zacha, and McAvoy are definitely good. They give up over 4.5 chances on average per game at home, do the Hurricanes, and kill off just 67%. So if Boston were to get on the power play, their power play is operating about 20% right now. I think they could have a chance to score some goals. So going to Boston, focused on that power play. Same thing on the Hurricane side, but I much prefer the Hurricanes here for sure. Jump to the next game here on the slate. Edmonton and the Predators, battle of two shitbags here, in my opinion. Definitely two teams that have underwhelmed drastically to start the year. Coming in, I think the Nashville has definitely the upper hand here. Edmonton just looks like a complete mess right now. They're playing terrible. Pickard has been better than Skinner in net, but neither of them have been great. But it's hard to be great when your team in front of you kind of hangs you out to dry. Edmonton just plays no defense here. Nashville, Ryan O'Reilly, Forsberg, Marchessault are great stack options here at home. They'll be able to dictate their matchups, and they definitely play tougher at home in general. So could be a pretty sneaky spot here for Nash. Don't love it a ton, but not seeing much ownership going to them, and Edmonton looks like a complete disaster right now. So don't hate these Predators in tournaments by any means. Would stick to the big guys because, like I said, ownership's really not a factor here. Forsberg at 8,600, nice contrarian-ish spend-up wingman. Just don't see a lot of people going to them. Obviously, it's not Tuesday, but hey, you can play Phil Forsberg any day. So pair him with O'Reilly, pair him with Stamkos, Marchessault, Roman Josi. If you can spend up at D-men is obviously a great option. I don't love it here. Value at the deep position is just super valuable. And overall, just those guys are great plays down in the 3K, 3,500, 3,400 range and below. They just play so many minutes and easily can obtain the block bonus a lot right now. So for me, D-men has been definitely a spend down position for me all season. So Roman Josi, obviously great play, but it's just hard for me to spend 8,100 for a defense on this slate. You could play him as a wing, basically in your utility spot if you're looking for it. But yeah, Predators great spot. Edmonton's going to be a full fade for me in the next coming weeks for sure until I see more from them. They just look like a mess. So could you play Leon? Yeah, you could definitely play Leon. He's probably going to double shift a decent amount with McDavid off the ice there. But at 8K in a matchup against Nashville, who kind of can dictate the matchups, they play a little bit tougher at home. Not a spot I'm looking to target. Like I said, pretty much fading Edmonton for the near future here. Last game on the slate, I do think is a really good one here. Blackhawks and the Shark, two terrible teams here. Usually when you put two pieces of shit together, a lot of times you can find a diamond here for DFS perspective. I think this game blows over the total here. I think we see definitely good options up and down the ice here. Mikael Granlund, Tyler Toffoli, Eklund, I think is a great stack here. I'm seeing some ownership going to them. Obviously, even though Blackhawks are heavy road favorites here, they give up a ton of goals, and same thing on the Shark side. They give up a ton of goals. So I like both sides of this game. Blackhawks have a lot of really nice plays. Nick Foligno, super cheap, playing great right now, has good history. You can pair him with Bertuzzi. You get two guys that correlate together on the top power play as well. Really like those guys. Obviously, Bedard, Teuvo Teravainen, and Kurashev, great stack options there. Overall, tons to love in this game. Alex Vlasic, love him. Connor Murphy, great value play. Wyatt Kaiser, great value play. Seth Jones at 6K, probably my favorite spend up D-men against the Sharks. Just Sharks bleed points to pretty much every position, especially defense. So really like him a ton. Really like this game in general. Mikael Granlund, Alex Wenberg, great price. Alex Wenberg, probably my favorite value center, to be honest, on the slate at 3.2K. He's going to be chalky, but he's playing great right now, playing close to 20 minutes at 3.2K with top power play time against Chicago. Really like that a lot. But yeah, love this game to round up the slate here. You're definitely going to want to have some pieces here. Late night hammer spot in San Jose. Could see this game going both ways or either way. If Blackwood were to start, I wouldn't hate Mackenzie Blackwood as a leverage play in tournaments from a goalie perspective. But really, I'm targeting offense in this last game. That's going to do it for this NHL Quick Hit. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Helps us out a ton on the way out. But good luck tonight in those contests. Happy Halloween. Stay safe out there. Hopefully you get some nice trick-or-treat action on the DraftKings app and see a bunch of green in that upper right-hand corner in terms of winning. And hopefully you fill those pocketbooks tonight with some money, whether it's NHL, whether it's NBA or NFL. We got you covered all the way over here at the Nation. If you want access, again, one last time, NBA 15. Get you locked in. $85 a month, covers every sport, and an optimizer to our website, which is cheaper than just NBA only packages out there across the industry, which is hard to beat. So look no further than ShipItNation.com. But good luck tonight. Hope to see those ShipIt Nation logos at the top. For myself, Nadesify. Let's ship it.